All right, let's chit chat about that. I got to show you guys something real quick. Cheers. Salud. Newcastle Brown Ale. Brewed and bottled. Brewed and bottled in Seen a Man About a Dog at Lagunitas in Petaluma, California, and Chicago, Illinois. No. Bad dog. Psst, psst, psst. Psst, psst, psst. Bad dog. No. I'm not happy about that. I presume when they changed the label, they stopped importing and started making it here. And I don't know. It's pretty close to the same. It's not quite the same. So this isn't really going to be a product review. It's just kind of a, I found something. I thought I'd share it. I got the 511 boots that I like. These are the Speed 3.0, is that what that is? In Desert Coyote. US 11.5, UK 10.5R, 45.5 EU. Anyway, always be ready. These are pretty cool, but they're not like the hiking boots that you buy at Walmart or someplace. I'm used to getting they're kind of a hyped up, awesome looking sneaker, you know, with a little bit higher top. These are not that. These are actual boots. And as you can see by the picture, they're really high. In the box, you know, the obvious, the wadding to keep them from collapsing on themselves. Branded. I don't know if you can see that, the logo. That's weird. They say I'm a sucker for packaging, but you're paying for that stuff too. So, and then I had this attached to them. Ooh, the fire's getting mad. So you can pause that at the right moment and read that if you want. Here's the other side. What's this? Cool, right? Alright, so here's the boot. You can see I've been wearing them to work. When I first got them, I wasn't real excited about them, to be honest. I didn't care for them, and I'll explain that in a minute. Well, no? Yeah, I'll explain it in a minute. Anyway, they're your typical lace-up, and they're pretty high. They're well above the ankle, you know, a ways. Anyway, thing is what I really like about them is once you lace them up where they're right, you don't really have to mess with them after that because they sit down the side. Oh, and that is just phenomenal. Every day putting them on, taking them off. Because they cut in on the back here, they are a little bit more difficult to put on. When you put them on, you kind of have to get way up in them and then pull this up. Just like that. But that's honestly, that's good when you're walking around. It's really good when you're walking around. Now, I have a pair of steel toe. They're ceramic, but they're steel toe Skechers. They're ANSI rated, which means they've got the safety logo on them and everything. and they're watertight, and they come up to about here. And the thing is with those is they are absolutely watertight. I can wade in nasty, oily, shitty water, and it doesn't get in at all. Problem is they don't breathe. Now, these don't breathe very well either, which you would, I've kind of thought they would, but they are not watertight, so that's kind of a thing. But they're putting up with quite a bit of abuse. I like that. I've had them, I think, a little over a month now. And the reason that I haven't done a review on them yet is I didn't like them when I first got them. I didn't like them at all. They were too stiff. They don't breathe at all. And they were very uncomfortable. Let's come up here and talk about that some more. Rob steak. This goes on there as we're going, so set that there for just a moment. This is a ribeye, I believe, that I bought at Costco a while back. I cooked 2 of the 3 that were in the package, and I froze this one with stuff on it yet. That in there. Ooh, that can go in the trash. Huh? Okay. Last but not least, this is our tri-tip. I believe it's a tri-tip. And it doesn't look like anything's been put on it. You know what? I'm okay with that. Alright, we'll use that, open that, shut that down just enough so that it can breathe. Now we can sit down and talk about boots. Well, perfect timing for a cut. Mom's home. I don't seem to be able to catch a break on anything this week. Every time I get rolling, it's an interruption of some sort. Anyway, that and a whole litany of other stuff I'll tell you about in a minute. Because this isn't expressly a product review, it's just I'm telling you about a cool thing. Anyway, yeah, I wasn't happy with the boots at first. They are starting to flex in. They're starting to loosen up. When I first got them, they were very rigid. For what I'm used to. I'm used to like hiking boots, which are like, I don't know, they're like rough tread tennis shoes, the ones I normally get. But these are a little bit stiffer than that, and it wasn't really what I was expecting, so I think it's about managing expectations. These are an actual boot, and they are a little bit stiffer and a little more rigid, but I think I've had them for 3 weeks now, 4 weeks, something like that, and they're breaking in, and they're getting way more comfortable. I'm going to say this, if you get these, the first thing I did was stick some Dr. Scholl's gel inserts in there. You're going to want to do that probably. It made a huge difference. It made them usable where they weren't, for me. And you got to keep in mind, I'm 6'4", 260 pounds, I think, 258 pounds now. I've lost a little more. No, I'm probably in the low 260s. So I got a lot of weight riding on the arches of my feet, my heels, and all that stuff. So it takes a lot of shoe to compensate for that. If you're heavy like me, you probably need to lay off of some stuff and lose a little weight. I know I need to. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I haven't made a video in a while. It's been a rough couple weeks. It's been up in the hundreds, most of it. This last weekend was just... Show you a picture here. Mama got a little fender bender on Friday. Cracked up the Pathfinder pretty good. I have no clue how bad that's going to be. I guess we're going to find out tomorrow. She's going to take it to the shop tomorrow and have them start looking at it. That means she's got the Prius. That means notice one of the bikes is missing. Two of the bikes are missing. One of the bikes is parked out front here. I'm going to be riding it for probably a week or two. I don't know. That was Friday night, getting home after a rough day Friday, which wasn't any fun. Oh man, one of the things I did Friday, I went to a nursing home, and the whole COVID thing is, oh God, we're all gonna die again, because you know the numbers still don't support that. Anyway, there's a picture of me wearing a surgery gown and a mask and my stupid hat. Oh God. I love that hat. I've been wearing that thing for like 20 years now, and I bought it at the surplus store where we got our nuts and bolts for work, Golden Empire nuts and bolts, and I've been wearing it for like 20 years. It's just slap wore out. I like it. You know, it still fits my head right. It's comfortable. They don't make them like that anymore. It's just a great hat, you know. It's comfortable, and it's called a boonie cap. It's a sniper's hat, you know, and every time I wear it, so, oh, you look like Dobie Gillis, or you look like, oh, who was the other one he played? Look like Gilligan was the last. That's the stupidest one I've heard yet, is that I look like Gilligan with that on. You gotta be a real friggin' idiot to think that I look like Gilligan with that hat on. Anyway, the guy that said that is an idiot. That's why I say that. That might not have struck me that way before, except for he's the one that said it, so. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. There was a guy at a machine shop a long time ago, and he wore one of those, and he wore shorts and tennis shoes in a machine shop. And having run lathes and mills and stuff, I didn't agree with his choice on the tennis shoes, because if you've ever been in a machine shop, cuttings get on the floor, they're hot, and they go right into your shoes. So leather-soled shoes are a really good idea in a machine shop. Anyway, tennis shoes are right out. You don't do that, in my book. But the shorts and the boonie cap was the thing that really caught me. Once I worked with the guy a few times and I got to know him, I realized this guy is so freaking good at what he does. He's so good at what he does. He can wear anything he wants to work, and nobody's going to bother him. They're just glad to have him there because he's that good. And I always thought, I want to be so good at my job that I can wear a boonie cap to work. And I always had that boonie cap, but I never wore it to work. Well, I got to a point where I was so good at my job I could wear a boonie cap to work. Nobody really say anything, you know, because anyway, I think being that good, you also have to have people who appreciate you, and that takes another level of IQ that people don't seem to have anymore. I don't know, anyway, I'm getting too far into that. Anyway, Friday night, come home from the nursing home thing and the other stuff, wore out. Mama ran the car into somebody. It's not a world-ending thing, you know. It's just, it's an annoyance. It's going to be expensive. And we have $1,000 deductible. You save a lot of money annually on your insurance if you don't get into wrecks, and you've got a $1,000 deductible. And when do you not have $1,000 in the bank? You usually do, right? You keep a little extra money for that kind of stuff. So anyway, I had to double my just in case money for car wrecks and stuff. Yeah, so it's going to cost $1,000, and this is just not a good time. Then Saturday, I was supposed to take the bike in and get it serviced. That didn't go very well. They're taking care of it. It's not that big of a deal. They found a problem with the bike. The front fork seal blew out on the left side. The left side as you're riding it. It's probably a simple fix, but I've already talked to the dealership in Glendale, which is down in the Los Angeles area, a couple hours from here, and they are looking for parts, and that is going to be covered under warranty. She says that's most likely a warranty. That's a warranty thing. She's making sure that it is, and then she's looking for the parts. Kind of hard to get parts right now. You guys are on lockdown again in Chennai, I guess. I'm sorry to hear that. I was kind of happy that I was really happy that you got out of lockdown. I was pretty stoked about that. I thought that was great. But apparently you're on lockdown again. So no parts are coming out of the Royal Enfield factory. You guys don't get to ride. You don't get to do the stuff that you want to do. I don't like that. I'm sorry, guys. I can't do nothing about it, though. So, Little Red Royal Enfield is at Adventure Center getting serviced. Hopefully that'll be done sometime this week. And then, yeah, so that was Saturday. That didn't go my way. A couple other things didn't go my way, little stuff. Sunday, I was going to ride the Royal Enfield out and shoot the new loads. Here's a picture of the lead ammo. 412 grain bullets. 45 ACP, like they used in World War II, is 230 grain bullets. Not jacketed hollow points, but jacketed ball, usually full metal jacket, what they call that. And then your 9mm rounds that most militaries, police, and all the NATO countries use 9mm. You're usually using a 115 grain bullet or a 124 grain bullet, I think, or 147, one of those three. But most of your NATO stuff, I think, is 124. Anyway, this is 412. It's like 3 and some odd 9mm bullets all at once. And I'm trying to push the bullets slower, and I had loaded these loads. Previously. We tested them. We were very careful, loaded one at a time, shot them. We did that for, I think, 10, 15 rounds. Yes, this load works. This load works just fine. I went out to the range, and before I shot my lead rounds, that are supposed to be pushing about 800 feet per second, 750 feet per second, something like that. That's a lot of energy, guys. That's a lot of energy. I had before I shot my new rounds, I shot the old ones. Oh, let's revisit that. You know, that'll be cool. And I didn't realize that a round stuck in the barrel, and I fired a couple more, and they stuck behind it and kept, as they're smushing from behind, they're expanding more and more, and it just ripped the end of the barrel open. There's a picture of that. So how often you get to say you blew up a $3,000 handgun, huh? Very not cool. Very, very bad Sunday. Thankfully, I didn't actually blow it up, you know, because that's dangerous. I'm not running hot rod loads that are super fast and heavy and hot. I'm running super slow loads, and I didn't think I needed to be that kind of careful because we'd already tested those. So apparently I did something wrong when I loaded those, or they're just not right. They're like on the ragged edge of not being good, and we need to push those. We need to push those a little bit faster. And by a little bit faster, I mean a lot faster. So I contacted Freedom Arms this morning. Lady was very nice, very helpful. Tremendous customer service, just talking on the phone so far. Talked to her, and $375 US to repair that if it's just the barrel. That's so much better than I thought it was going to be. So that's a deal. We got to get the Royal Enfield down to Pro Italia. They're going to replace the fork seals at some point. my buddy Paul says get a Sealmate, and I'm gonna get one, and I'm gonna check it out, and we'll check that out here between the service and going to Pro Italia. We'll try it out and we'll see if that helps. It's possible there's just something stuck in there, and it's not really blown out. So if that's the case, I'll cancel the thing at Pro Italia, and we'll just maybe top off the fork oil. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. That'll be a whole nother video. Anyway, I don't know. Anyway, that's what's been going on in the world, guys. Been just freaking miserable hot. It's only in the mid 80s today. It's actually dropping. Right now it was 86 at a high. 86 at a high today. And this says it's 84 now, so it's starting to come down. There's a breeze blowing. It's actually kind of nice out. So let's check the meat. There we go. That one might come up, but anyway. Oh, let's do this. God, I hope you can see what I'm doing here. Yeah, you can. I'm going to roll this. Yeah, baby. Put that off to the side here. Put that in there for fresh. Oh man, we got Gabe the little car, and it's a stick shift, so he's been learning how to drive stick shift. We got in the car the other day, he was listening to music, and I was like, oh, that's cute. And then right before he started driving, I put on Black Eyed Peas. Pump it! Ha! 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 Anyway, yeah. That poor kid. The first thing he did was squeal the tires pulling out of there on the first takeoff, and then he went around a corner and squealed the tires. And I was like, whoa, dude, whoa, calm down. You need to calm down. You the one who did it, Dad. I know, I'm sorry. Let me turn this off. Poor Gabe. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. The radio. Oh, so. Oh. Oh, look at that smoke rolling up out of that. Yeah, baby. I'll have one more of these. Call it good. So, anyway, that's kind of been life lately, and some of the things that have been going on. Been a rough couple of weeks. I hope things have been going better for you wherever you're at, whatever you're doing. I hope it's been going smooth, because it's got to be going smooth for somebody somewhere. Oh, man. Alright, guys. I'm going to call it good on this one. You have a need for some good boots that you can walk a long distance in, boots that carry a little bit of a load, check out those 511 boots. They take a little bit of breaking in, but once you get them going, they're actually pretty good. I'm kind of happy with them. I wasn't stoked at first, but I'm coming around. They're coming around. Things are looking good there. And yeah, try not to run into anything with your car or your bike. Try not to blow up your guns. Yeah, $375. I really thought that was going to cost like $1,000. I'm so glad to hear that. It's going to take me a minute to get around to that. I need glasses. I'm going to have to get a tooth fixed. Still got to buy the tags for the Prius. A lot of other things going on, but we'll get to it. We'll get to it. It always works out in the end, right? All right, guys. Have a good one. I'll catch you on the next one.